Thank you. Further debate? I recognize the member from Perth-Wellington.
Well, thank you, Speaker. Speaker, it's an honour and a privilege to represent the people of Perth-Wellington. Our first and foremost responsibility is to the people of our ridings, our constituents. We're here to serve them. I said these words in my maiden speech here in this House in 2012. They were true then, and they still hold true today. I spoke about the importance of public service, which Jean Wilson, my English and civics teacher at Ridgetown College, instilled in me at a very young age. Her message was, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, get involved in your community. For me, that meant the Moncton Lions Club, to the North Perth Municipal Council, and then on to this place. I spoke about what public service requires us to do, to listen, to assist where possible, and to act. Most of my time has been in opposition. Listening to the people I represent, we took on their priorities. By pushing back successfully to help cancel the proposed wind turbine project in North Perth. By promoting fairness in municipal infrastructure funding. By holding the government to account on hydro rates. By securing funding for the Stratford-Perth Rotary Hospice. And demanding that long-term beds at Hillside Manor stay in the area, and succeeding. Nobody runs to wind up in opposition. But as I soon found out, you don't have to be on the government side to get things done for your constituents. In recent years, I continued focusing on long-term care. In Perth-Wellington alone, we have built or approved hundreds of new and upgraded long-term care beds in every part of our riding. That includes rebuilding the long-awaited people care in Stratford. Our area has also benefited from expanding GO transit service, extending broadband internet service to countless rural households and businesses, opening up the Louise Marshall Hospital expansion, and so many other projects. I have enjoyed playing my part to support these initiatives. And just as meaningful to me, however, has been the chance to promote Perth-Wellington here at Queen's Park. Our thriving agriculture and food industry, our strong manufacturing base, our vibrant arts community, and world-class festivals, including the Stratford and Drayton Festivals and Stratford Summer Music. Our many attractions like the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, and the list goes on. We have so much to be proud of. Speaker, as you go out of this chamber and go to the granite wall, you know our names are engraved on that granite wall, and mine will be there 3 times when I leave. And I thought of that. It's kind of neat to see your name engraved in granite before the final slab is put on.
You don't see that one.
You never get to see that one, you know. Anyway. In fact, I'm sorry. In fact, I leave this job even prouder of our province and its people than I was when I first began. Proud of the farmers and farm workers, the grocery store clerks, the small business owners, and the frontline health care and long-term care workers. The people who worked so hard, who did their best in their communities, even in the darkest days of COVID. The past 2 years have been another learning experience for me, as they have been for all of us. They haven't been easy. The world as we know it is filled with chaos and uncertainty. But I've seen the strength of our people. I've seen their goodness, their generosity of spirit, magnified in difficult times. That's what I saw in the days after March 17, 2011, when fire took the lives of North Perth Deputy District Chief Ken Ray and firefighter Ray Walter, when the roof of a burning building unexpectedly collapsed. With the support of firefighters in Perth-Wellington and across the province, I introduced the Ray and Walter Act, a bill designed to identify truss and lightweight construction so that firefighters would have the information they need to stay safe. We didn't pass the bill, but we did raise awareness of this crucial issue, and more importantly, We worked with government to make key changes to the Ontario Building Code. We worked with the Fire Marshal to ensure that lightweight construction systems are identified and recorded. I was honored to announce these changes last month on the 11th anniversary of that tragic fire. It was another day we'll never forget. Speaker, before I conclude, I want to recognize a few people in the members' gallery today. First, some of my staff members, Jake Schuker, Patty Ladd, Lindsay Rennick, and Stephen Yancey. Many times I've depended on them, and I thank them for all their work. I also want to thank, I have been honored to be the PA to the Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs for these last number of years. And I want to thank the member from Huron Bruce and the member from Oxford. They have been tremendous in it's been quite a learning curve, and they've so helped me there. And finally, my wife, Jane, who has stood beside me for all these years since 2011, and 49 years before that. I read that wrong. A total of 49 years.
I was really impressed.
I wondered.
Ah, dear. Anyway, we have 3 boys, 3 great daughter-in-laws, and 6 great-grandchildren in those 49 years. So it's been great. And she still stands with me. She's going to have to stand with me a lot more now. So I hope we're successful that way, and I'm sure we will be. There's also a matter that I wanted to bring up, and it concerns a member of this House, Speaker, that I hope you give me the latitude to address it. And it concerns the member from Grey Bruce Owen Sound. We all know, especially the class of 2011, from both sides of the House, when we all met, we were strangers, but we all got to know each other quite quickly. And we all picked up that responsibility of trying to keep the member on a straight and narrow learning curve.
It was tough. It was tough.
And we all know that was quite a mission. Now I had it planned before he decided to retire. I was going to ask all of you. I was going to get your phone numbers and ask you. I was going to get a monthly report on how things were progressing, because this has been a project. It really has. So I'm still going to get your phone numbers, because now I've got the total responsibility, because he's not going to be here. So I'm going to probably be phoning all of you and saying, I got an issue with my friend, give me a hand with it. But I also want your phone numbers too, because it'd sure be great to visit you once in a while and see how you're doing in your ridings. To conclude, I want to return. There was something else I wanted to do. I had another thing to do here. Oh yes, I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
A number of years ago, we were asked to submit our baby pictures for a baby shower.
You won, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was the cutest kid there, apparently.
Christina.
The problem was it wasn't my picture.
Now you're telling us.
Now we know.
Now, I thought it was my picture. Truly, I did. But that was my sister. I didn't realize it until I was talking to her about the picture. She says, "You submitted my picture. That was me."
We still confuse you.
But it's understandable, because she's pretty good looking too.
Yeah.
Two. They didn't get that. Speaker, to conclude, I want to return to what public service requires of us. In my maiden speech, I ended with this. We should all look for ways to keep the focus where it belongs, on service to our community. We should support it. We should lead it whenever there's a need. We should promote its value at every opportunity and encourage that spirit in others. In doing so, we may be true to ourselves and to our communities. Shakespeare puts it well. In Hamlet, Polonius gives what I think is some pretty good advice. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night, the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Thank you.